Hello team, very good afternoon. Myself Naveen Kumar. I'm working in Accenture as an application development team lead. Okay, I've been associated with Edureka from past 2 years. I deliver training on Java full stack, Salesforce, DevOps, Angular, and React programming. I guess you have the fair idea. Today we are going to discuss about Java regular expression for 1 hour. I'll make sure we'll try to have an hands-on plus theoretical session on understanding this regular expression concept. So we are going to understand what are regular expression, what is Java regex. Regex means in short form regular expression. We are calling it as an regex. We'll also understand matcher classes, pattern class, regex character class, regex quantifiers, regex meta characters, and towards the end you'll also see the hands-on. But I'll demonstrate the hands-on parallelly in order to understand the same. So let me have my STS. STS is one of the favor of Eclipse, which is an IDE where I'll try to explain the same. Now we'll understand what is regular expression. So what are regular expression? A regular expression is a sequence of characters that constructs a search pattern. When you search for data in a text, you can use this search pattern to describe what you are looking for. A regular expression can be a single character or a more complicated pattern. It can be used for any type of text search and text replace operations. A regex pattern consists of simple characters such as forwards, like we can have /ABC, or a combination of simple or special characters such as AB*C, or like whatever you are able to see on the screen, like negation of small a to z, 0 to 9 hyphen, and towards the end you will have 3 to 15 characters long. So this is one of the simple format which they are given there. So what is Java regex? Now the question you understand, what is Java regex? Let me see the definition. So the Java regex is an API which is used to define a pattern for searching or manipulating strings. It is widely used to define the constraints on strings such as password and email validations. There are different methods of using Java regex. So let's move ahead and have a look at different expressions. The first one which we are going to discuss is the matcher class. So what this matcher class is all about? This class is used to perform match operations on a character sequence. Okay, we have the table which you are able to see. Table represent various methods of matchers class. We have Boolean matches, test whether the given regular expression matches the pattern. Boolean find, used to find the next expression that matches the pattern. And we have a find which will have an end start, searches the next expression that matches the pattern from the given start number. And you have a group used to return the match sequence. And you have an end start method, returns the starting index. End method returns the ending index of the match subsequence. And you'll also have int group count, returns the total number of the match subsequence. Now we have something called as a pattern class. So what this pattern class is all about? Pattern class is a compiled version of regular expression which is used to define the pattern for regular expression engine. Okay, so we'll have a method, that is we have a static pattern compile string regular expression. It compiles the given regular expression and returns the instance of the pattern. And also we'll have a matcher which will take the character sequence as the input, used to create a matcher that matches the given input with the pattern. And also you have a static Boolean matches string regular expression and character sequence input. It works as a combination of compile and matcher methods. It compiles the regular expression and matches the given input with the pattern. And string array, which is having a split method, where it will take the character sequence used to split the given input string around matches of a given pattern. And also you have a string return type of the method is string for the pattern method, helps to return the regular expression. Now, in order to understand this regular expression, now we'll try to use any one of this pattern, that is compile. So now let us say, okay, let me open this STS. Okay, now let me take one project, let us say Java project. Java regex, and let me click on finish. So when I have this Java regex, this is the project. I'll click on new button and I'll click on class, and let me give the class name as demo. And in this class, I have a main method. So here I try to have the pattern. Okay, so we'll have a pattern, and the pattern will choose the compile option where I need to give the argument. Let us say I try to give it as dot xx dot, and I'll also have matcher. Let us have a matcher. So based on the pattern, I try to call matcher. So where I'll give the expression, let us say AXXB. XXB. Control Shift 2. So now if I try to print system.out.println, I can give the value string matches the given regex regular expressions. So now I try to give matcher dot, we have this method. So what this matches, it will try to matches the given string, and if it is found, what is this matches? So matches test whether the given regular expression matches or not. Okay, that is what the purpose of matches. And you can see if it is found, we have used the compiler method. What this compiler method is trying to perform, where is this compiler method is found? It is present in the pattern. So it compiles the given regular expression and return the instance of a pattern. Okay, so now what it is happening here? So in this case, internally it uses pattern and matcher Java regular expression class to do the processing, but obviously it reduces the code lines. Pattern class also contains matches method that takes regular expression and input string as argument and returns a Boolean result after matching them. So the code works fine for matching input string with a regular expression in Java, hence the output will be true. Now if I try to run this application, run as Java application, you can see it will print the statement as true. Okay, I have not saved the file. Can you see regular expression? It is trying to provide the true statement. Understood? Let me copy and paste it on the chat. Okay, now, so now you understood about this regex expression. Now we will try to understand regex character class. So when you come across this regex character class, so what this regular expression character class is there? You can see if I given small abc with a square parenthesis, A, B or C simple class. If I try to use negation, any classes except A, B, C, that is nothing but negation. Similarly, if you try to take small a, b, c, small a to z or capital A to z, A through Z including ranges. Similarly, if I try to give A to D means it will be within this range. Now, in order to understand this scenario, let me take the example, same example. I'll remove here. So here I try to have system.out.println. I try to give pattern matches, where I try to give the regular expression, like I'll give XYZ. You know that XYZ means excluding this XYZ. I try to give WBCD. So do you find WBCD? Okay, let me give it in the small case. So when you try to run this program, you can see false because XYZ is not found. So similarly, if I try to copy the statement and put it over here, instead of WBCD, if I try to give X, if I try to run as, can you see the value it will print true? Because X is present based on the pattern. And similarly, what if suppose I try to give XYZ, if twice the occurrence, if I try to give X, XX, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Z, if I try to save and if I try to run the program, you can see it will give false because it should be only one occurrence, but here X and Y, it is appearing more than one occurrence. So this is about regular character class. Okay, now we are going to understand the quantifiers. So what is this regular expression quantifiers? So the quantifiers specifies the number of occurrence of a characters. Okay, the quantifier specifies the number of occurrence with the characters. That is where we are trying to provide that details. So now in this case, what it is happening here means we are having this occurrence, that is X question mark, that occurs once or not at all if the question mark is there. If it is a plus, then once or more times. If it is an asterisk, it may occur 0 or more times. X with curly parenthesis n means X occurs n number of times only. And if it is X n comma means X occurs n or more times only. And it is X Y of Z means X occurs at least Y times but less than Z times. So that is where we'll show you the demo of this. So let us give the label. So we have quantifiers. So here in this case, I try to use pattern dot matches, where it will take the expression. I try to give the expression AYZ and I try to give question mark. So the input will be A. Okay. So when I try to execute here, it will give you true because it has occurred one or more times. Similarly, if I try to copy the same program and let me append with thrice, and if I try to run this program, that is, it is appearing more than once, but since it is a question mark, it is a failure. So if I want to print more than one times, so that is the failure. Now what if suppose if I want to print A more than once? So even in this case also, you can observe that if you try to run this expression, you can see false. So that's where we are going with. Or if you have the same expression, I try to give A, M, and T, let us say. Even in this case, you can see the possibility of failure of the expression. Now in that case, or let us say AY. Can you see it is false? So now what we'll try to do, instead of question mark, we'll try to perform with plus operator. Okay, that is quantifies, that is plus quantifies. Plus means can appear more than once. So in this case, I try to have, instead of here, I try to use plus. And whatever this expression is there, I'll copy and I'll put it below. Instead of here, plus, 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 and this one also plus. Let me save. Let me run this application. Can you see true? And in this case, it is false because Z is not there, Y is not there. That's why it is giving false. But all the cases, it is printing true cases. Can you see there? So similarly, the same thing, I try to connect with asterisk. I'll copy the same thing and put it, instead of plus, I'll use star. So what this star represent? X occurs 0 or more times. Okay. So when I try to run this program, can you see true, true, false? Understood about the quantifiers. The next one we'll see about regex meta characters. What is regex meta characters? It is nothing but the regular expression meta characters works as short code. So here you are able to see the table for this short code. So you can see dot, it can be any character, may or may not match the terminator. So small d represent any digit short as 0 to 9. So capital D means represent any non-digit short for negation of 0 to 9. Small s means represent any white space character short for any characters. It can be there. Capital S, it can be for non-white space character, that is negation of small s. And similarly, small w represents, it can be a word, character, short for A to Z, capital A to Z, or 0 to 9 digit. Capital W means represent a non-word character, that is negation of small w. And B represents a word boundary, and capital B represents a non-word boundary. Okay, so since people are maybe aware with not be aware, let me try to remove this code and let me give this metadata characters. Now I try to give D means digit. Let me try with the digit. Now let me give it as system.out.println. So here in this case, I can give it as meta characters, that is D small case. So here I can give it as system.out.println where I can give pattern matches. I can give it as D ABC. So when I try to run, does it have any digit? No. Can you see? False. Similarly, if I try to give, what if suppose if I try to give numerical 1. So when I try to run as, what if suppose if I try to give, let me give it as 0. Okay, it was supposed to appear as true because 0 it is digit, because it is appearing only once. Let us say I try to give 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me check that one later. Okay, but if you try to give more than once, obviously it will be false. And since I have given only once, let me try to give this one. Triple 4, 3. Let us say combination 323 ABC. So in all these cases, it should print false. Actually, if it is a single digit, it was supposed to give true. So you can see it is printing false. So similarly, now if I try to use meta characters, let us try to use capital D. So now if I'm trying to give capital D same value, and you see all the cases it is printing false. So in that M case, it was supposed to print capital D. Let us say if I try to give dot, and in this case dot D. Okay. So this is how it is printing with characters. Now, if I try to go with quantifiers, let us say if I give it as star, and if I try to give Naveen, okay, probably because of expression. So it was supposed to give it as true. Okay. So this is about all about your quantifiers and regular expression meta characters. So hope so people understood, and this is how the certification training will start for Java. So here you'll have the introduction followed with the hands-on, data handling on hands-on functions and object-oriented concepts and all. You'll understand the flow through the hands-on. Second thing, when you join here, you'll also get an interview questions, like what are the interview questions which will be asked by the industries, because I'm an empanel interviewer in Accenture, where I have conducted interview for almost 6,000 people in project. So even that is also one of the advantages, like after you learn how to provide the crispy answers during the session while explaining the things, what are the scenario based the question can be asked, those all things will be covered during this training curriculum. Okay, hope so did everyone got to know about this Java regular expression. Okay, thank you all for taking part in the session. Have a nice day.